Hello there. I was just thinking about a few things. One of them is hospitality, and one of them is just a simple thought process. I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels this way, and I think it's always beneficial to have something to relate to. So, do you ever feel even just a glimmer of anxiety when you relinquish control of something that you normally do? I am a routine person, and I do a lot of the same things every day. And I'll tell you, when something shifts in that routine and someone else takes on one of my jobs, just once or a couple times, I always feel a sense of uneasiness. Not because I don't trust people, but because I'm so worried that somehow the situation is going to get overlooked. And then because it's something that I always do, it worries me a little bit. So that's my little think you can relate type of thing. Hospitality. My daughter has a few friends who she got pretty close with in high school, and being that they're all 21 now and have kind of gone separate ways, some of them have stayed local, and she's kind of rekindled some friendships. And our house tends to be the place where it's just kind of a soft landing. I generally make dinner every night, and it's interesting because the nights that we have visitors, we usually have enough to feed them too. And it's not like I make an excessive amount of food. I've just been really fascinated by the fact that even if my house is a mess, because generally I'm a clean person, but there are multiple people living in the house, and I'm kind of in and out throughout the day. And so I have things that I work on weekly and daily, but generally my house is never in perfect condition, especially the condition that I would hope it would be in if I do have visitors. I won't judge if I go into somebody's house and their house is not up to their standards of cleanliness, but at the same time, it brings me comfort and peace when my house is clean. So I actually have a lot of stress around that. It's a lot of just discord in me, because I grew up in a clean house and my mom would stay up late and clean, and I don't do that. I love when everything is clean. In fact, a lot of times I'll clean when nobody's home so I can at least enjoy it for a little while. But long story short, it's just interesting because when she has friends over, I am just grateful that people are stopping by and that I have food to feed them. I think it's important to be joyful with hospitality, and scripture has talked about that in multiple locations, and I've really settled into that fact that it's really important to have your house open, and to, even if it's not perfect, because I think it's important to remember that everybody is human. And it's just, if your house is perfect and clean all the time and you're getting all the home cooked meals out on the table all the time, more power to you. That would be my preference if I could physically do that. But I've learned something kind of has to give. And I've joked before, either my family's going to starve or my house is going to be clean. I truly don't think that it's possible at this stage in our life to have that. And it's really amusing because I've also noticed, prime example was the other day, I cleaned the floors during the day and then went about our day. We took the dogs for a walk, and they've been in and out of the house, and just people came home. And literally probably 2 hours later, it looked like I hadn't touched the floors. So nobody was home at night either, because there were other, like, my son was working, my husband and my son had trail life, and my daughter had class. So I was home alone again on a Tuesday night. And so I decided, I had already cleaned the floors once, but I wanted it to be done because I did intend to have company the following day, and I just wanted the job to be complete. So I cleaned the floors a second time in the same day, and here we are 2 days later. They look exactly the same as when I did them, or well, prior. They look exactly the way they looked before I did that twice in one day. Oh, it's frustrating. So long story short, my daughter actually told me too. She's like, you want to have a clean house, but you chose to have a family. And they're all great. They are very good about trying to clean up after themselves. Some days are better than others, of course, but I really can't complain because it's a reality of the season we're in. And my husband is very gracious. He says our house isn't messy. And this really isn't a rant about the cleanliness of our house. Bottom line, don't think that your house has to be perfect for you to be opening up your doors for people to come in. And on that note, the reason that I was even thinking about it in the first place is because my daughter the other day, she said, I love creating a soft place to land for my friends. And that just really touched me because it's not her house yet. It's Mom's house. Mom is working endlessly to, have a home that feels like a home, I should say. And my husband works tirelessly to afford it. And I think that that's a compliment to understand that our house is a soft place to land. And I tell them all the time when a friend is about to come over, please tell them not to look at all the messes. But I will most likely have something to give you to eat because I don't want you to leave my house hungry either. And we want to be a nice, comfortable place, and it can get chaotic a little bit. In fact, while my daughter had a friend over the other night, her puppy decided to poop in my bedroom. So my daughter had to take a break and go clean that because it was her puppy. So it was her responsibility to clean it up. But yeah, it's fun. Life is good. Have to just kind of roll with things. Have a great day.